Vitamin M. This is your motivation for the week. Vitamin M, vitamin M, vitamin M, vitamin M, vitamin M. Hey, go get it. Hey, go get it. Hey, go get your vitamins. Hey, go get it. Hey, go get it. Hey, go get your vitamins. Get your vitamin M on tonight. Listen, welcome to your vitamin M. This is your hype girl. This is your biggest cheerleader. This is your weekly dose of motivation. And I am your host, Marshall Sterling. And listen, we are doing life together. We are on this journey. We are connected. We are one. And I am in your corner. I am rooting for you. Listen, I am waiting. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to hear all of the things that's happening in your life, all of the gains, all of the wins that you are making. Listen, because I'm waiting for the same thing. And it's not that we're waiting. We are all moving toward our destiny. We're all moving toward our greatness. We're all going where we need to go. And we are on this journey together. And if you have been watching, which you should have been watching, listen, we have been talking about, we've been gearing ourselves up this year because we always, once again, want to start the year off the way that we want to finish it. We are going to start it out on fire and we're going to finish it on fire. We are lighting up a trail. Listen, we are lighting up the trail and we are setting ourselves up for greatness. We have talked about our one word. We have talked about our why. We have talked about our habits. We have talked about that our habits go in a cycle, and we want to dive in tonight and follow it up because sometimes I get this question, and so because I get it, we are going to dive into it on tonight, and we are going to talk about it tonight. We are going to talk about motivation. Why? Motivation. Why? Wait a minute, wait a minute. I know you saying, wait a minute, Sterling, hold up. What are you talking about? Yes, you heard me correctly. I said we are talking about motivation and why. Why do I need it? Why do I want it? What is motivation? Number one, what is it? What is motivation? What does motivation in my life look like? What does motivation feel like? Because sometimes your feelings are not your friend, but sometimes your feelings can lead you down the road that you need to go. So what does motivation feel like? And then why in the world do I need it anyway? Because some of you, I know you might be saying, if you are new to the inner circle and you have not had an opportunity to jump on the inner circle bandwagon, let me tell you, the inner circle will do you good. It's good for the soul to join the inner circle. Why do I need it, Marcia? I don't need motivation. I don't need the vitamin M. I got all the motivation I need in my life. Listen, you need your vitamin M, and we are going to talk about all the necessary reasons why motivation is important. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you the end at the beginning right now, because I like to talk about the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is, you don't need motivation, but you need something else. What I'm coming to offer you tonight is motivation. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and say it, does not stand alone. You need a combo pack, and you are going to have to watch in the end so that I can tell you what the Power Pack combo is, that when you put the two together, you are unstoppable. But before we go there, we're going to talk about what is motivation. What is motivation? And motivation is defined as the desire to act in service of a goal. Motivation is defined as the desire to act in service of a goal. Motivation is one of our biggest driving forces behind our human behavior. It fuels competition. Listen, if you want to get somebody stirred up on something, let me tell you, get in a competition. Tell me that I'm going to win something in the end. Tell me that there is a reward. There is something that I'm going to get at the end of it. And man, oh man, listen, I get real motivated. I want to find out, I want to know, and there's nothing that is going to stop me from being able to get my ending prize, to get the goal that I have set before me. So motivation gets you there. Motivation gets you up, and it causes you to get up, and it causes you to do something. Motivation is said that it helps to combat illnesses such as depression, because motivation is used to initiate things. It's used to continue or to terminate a behavior that I desire or that I don't desire. Motivation, again, is needed to get you up and do something. I don't care. Honey, let me tell you something. Let me come real close on up to the camera. Let me tell you something. I do not care what other people say. According to me, according to Marshall Sterling, I'm going to quote myself. Motivation is needed if you want to get anywhere in life. Listen, I'm sorry, and maybe it's not you, that maybe it is only me. It could only be me. And maybe I am the only one. If I'm the only one, okay, I guess I'm going to stand alone on this one. But if I am not motivated to actually go and do something, then I'm not going to go and do it. I have to have a desire to accomplish whatever the goal is if I am going to accomplish the goal. Otherwise, I'm going to sit on the sideline. I'm going to sit it out. Motivation helps us to achieve our goals in life, in work, in our family, things that we want to do. Listen, again, get in a competition and we get motivated about it. We want to do something. We want to see it. In the absence of motivation, you have nothing. You have nothing in the absence of motivation. Without motivation, where are you? You're not moving. You're not doing anything. You're sitting back. You're stagnant. Why? Because there is no drive. There is no desire. Now, yes, can you be more powerful when we listen? At the end, when we talk about the combo pack, yes, but you need the beginning piece is motivation. Motivation fuels you to do the things that you desire to do, the things that you want to accomplish. So when we talk about motivation, we're also going to come back after these messages and we're going to talk about what does motivation look like and what does motivation feel like and what is the power pack combo that makes you lethal after these messages.
Are you looking for a way to present your product, service, or event to a new audience? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Act now if you would like to be featured or advertise on the Vitamin M Show with Marshall Sterling. This is your chance to present your product, service, or event in over 200 million homes. Do not miss this opportunity. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to www.marshallsterling.com.
What does motivation look like? I'm glad you asked. What does motivation look like? Remember that we are talking about motivation because I have had that question. Why do we need the vitamin M? Why do we need motivation? There are other things in my life that I need. Motivation may be on the bottom of my list, but I'm telling you tonight that I propose that motivation moves up to the top slot. because motivation is needed. It is that desire for a goal. It is the desire to achieve. And so we've defined what motivation is. And now we're going to talk about what does motivation look like? What does motivation feel like? And why in the world do I need it anyway? And then we're going to wrap it all up with a combo pack. What else can I couple with motivation so that I am lethal, so that I am deadly? That's where we want to go. When we think about motivation, motivation is movement. Motivation is movement, 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 movement. I love the move. Listen, I love to dance. Although I say I can't, I love to dance. That is motivation. It's something about moving. It is something, listen, movement does a body good. Movement, listen, they tell you to move. They tell you to get up and exercise. They tell you that, hey, listen, if you don't listen, if you don't move it, you lose it. If you don't move it, you lose it. It's the same thing with motivation. If you don't move it, you lose it. You lose your motivation if you don't get up and move and do something. That's what it looks like. It looks like chasing your dreams. It looks like running after that you want. It looks like not letting other people define your destiny for you. See, when people see you moving, when people see you making boss moves, listen, they like, wait a minute. And you zooming around and you going and you coming and things are coming into your life and things are coming together and people are looking around trying to figure out where are they going? What are they doing? And then people are asking you, what are you doing? What's happening in your life? Why do you have all this? And then you can turn around and tell them, because I'm motivated to get to my expected end. I have somewhere that I want to go, and I will not stand on the sideline. I will be doggone if I stand back and don't move and don't go chase my dreams. What does motivation feel? Listen, motivation looks like you are energetic, you are hardworking, and you are goal-oriented. That's what it looks like. It looks like a goal-oriented person that you know where you are headed and you are aligning all of your habits, all of your dreams. Your one word aligns. It aligns. Your one word aligns with your movement toward your goal. What does motivation feel like? Listen, it feels like joy. It feels like peace. It feels like hope. It feels like intention. It feels like determination. Doesn't that sound like your one word? Doesn't that sound like it? That's what motivation feels like. It just goes all over you. Motivation is that little extra like, hey, I got something to do. You know what? When you walking and you motivated, let me tell you, when you power walking, you don't power walk like this. If you outside and you trying to power walk or you exercise, you don't do this. This is not how you move. When you power walking, listen, you going, you got your arms moving. That is what it feels like. It feels like intensity. It's the heat. It's the fire. It's everything that you want to be. It's something that goes all over you and it's a fire. It's just you get mad about it. And sometimes it's not tears of sadness, but it's tears of joy. It is tears of, I've got to keep fighting. I cannot let this get me down. And although at this point in time in my life, I may need to step to the side and I just may need to cry in the midnight hour when other people don't see me crying. But it looks like me picking myself up and putting my bootstraps on and telling myself that I must continue to go. That's what it looks like. It looks like a winner. It looks like I am encouraging myself. It looks like me sitting in front of the TV on Sunday nights at 6:30, and just like you're doing right now, I'm watching my girl. I'm getting energized. I'm getting motivated. I'm getting everything that I need so that I can accomplish what I want to accomplish. It means sometimes resting, because movement is also a rest. When you are resting and you're standing still and you're being peaceful, that is also moving towards your goal, because you're opening up your mind, your body, and your soul to be poured into so that you can activate that which you need to activate. Because sometimes if you're moving, you're going, you hustling, you going fast, you have to stop so that you can also be poured into, so that you can also rejuvenate. There's a balance and a combination in that thing, and it's a juggling act, I understand. Because sometimes I get off. Sometimes I'm too one or the other. Sometimes I'm going, and I'm too this, and then other times I'm too mellow. There's that balance that you have to keep checking for yourself every single solitary day so that you stay on the motivation track. But all I know is that you can't give up, that you have to stay motivated, that you got to keep doing it. You have to keep showing up for yourself and the other people that are also attached to you. You have to show up for yourself and those that are also attached to you, because you have people looking at you to help them know what moves and where they want to go next. And you like, Marshall, I hear all of that, Marshall, but why do I need motivation in my life anyway? Let me tell you why. For a lack of motivation, I like to say this. Those that know, you're going to know where I got this from. I done flipped it around. For a lack of motivation, the people perish. For a lack of motivation, the people perish. Come on now. For a lack of motivation, listen, we all die. We all perish. None of us are going to succeed without the motivation. And sometimes we have to go and get behind somebody else's hopes and somebody else's dreams. And that's what I'm doing for you. I am behind you without a lack of vitamin M, without a lack of motivation. You don't have a way of getting to your goal. You cannot get there. You have to sometimes, the motivation comes from within, and sometimes it comes from outside. I am your outside motivation that gets your inside going. I am your outside motivation that gets your inside going. I get you fired up so that you go out and accomplish the things that you want to do. Listen, motivation is the key to unlock the doors that have been closed in your face. You have to have the motivation to not give up. Motivation also gives you the persistent, to be persistent, to keep going. Because I'm sorry, every time somebody tells you no, it's a slap in the face, and a no and a slap in the face, and 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 a no and a slap in the face. You have to stay motivated. You have to stay geared up. You have to continue to move so that you can get where you want to go, so that you do not perish. Listen, we are going to a commercial break, and we are going to wrap this thing up as soon as we return.
Do you need quality graphic designs for your business or upcoming event, but have a limited budget? Are you spending hours creating designs for social media and marketing instead of running your business? Satoya Hemphill Designs is the solution for you. Providing those who may not be able to afford the rates of a top graphic designer or graphic design firm. Lead designer and owner Satoya Hemphill believes in providing quality work without clients having to stretch past their budget. Whatever your design needs are, SH Design is here for you. We create flyers, logos, banners, book covers, slideshow videos, graduation announcements, and more. Don't let your budget stop you from providing professional marketing to your customers. Scan the QR code to visit our website or email Satoya directly at shdesign14@gmail.com. Contact us today.
I need my motivation. I need my motivation. I need my motivation. Listen, I need my motivation. I want you to say with me, I need my motivation. I need my motivation. My motivation is my drive. My motivation is my desire to see myself have something greater. You don't put in the work for nothing. You don't put in the work if you're not getting paid. You don't put in the work if you're going to get nothing out of it. You need your motivation. Your motivation is what takes you to the next level. Your motivation is what keeps you going. Let me tell you something. I get all fired up about that motivation. It's the motivation for me. It's the motivation for me. It is the motivation. It is the motivation. I get motivated when I begin to think about all that's going to come my way. When I begin to think about everything that's going to line up, it becomes the motivation. It becomes the motivation because I want to get there. I can see the end. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There's light at the end of the tunnel. No matter what people have told me, no matter what roadblocks have come up, I am a winner. And the motivation to stay in the game, that's what gets me there. I need the motivation because listen, there is healthy competition among all of us because I've told you there's room for everybody at the table. There's enough to go around. And because there's enough to go around, we have to stay motivated to get there. Listen. What's the difference between you and the person that didn't make it? What's the difference between you and the person that failed? What's the difference between you and the person that gave up? Listen, you want to know? What's the difference between you? And I'm saying you because you are a winner. You want to know the difference between the two? It's the motivation, the desire, the tenacity. Listen, the nerve, the gall not to lay down. The person that's the only difference between you and the next great invention. We waiting on you. It's the motivation. What's the difference between us and the millionaire? They stick it out. They stick with it. They keep trying. Every time somebody slams a door in their face, you know what? They take it and they keep going because they have a desire and they're just crazy enough. They're just crazy enough not to give up, not to quit, not to give out. Why don't you turn and do that same thing? You want to know why? Because it's the motivation. And I told you that I know that motivation does not stand alone. You can, listen, it is the fuel that lights the fire. It is what keeps us all going. It is what, listen, it gets me up, it gets me moving, and I cannot do anything without it. You can't do anything in life without the motivation. But if you want to be a power-packed person, if you desire to be deadly, listen, do you desire to be a lethal weapon? I'm sorry, you cannot live without the motivation. But if you combine motivation with discipline, motivation and discipline, motivation and discipline, you will become unstoppable. I promise you. Discipline is that desire. It is that wherewithal, that know it. It is that I can organize myself. I can keep myself focused. Discipline is that keep going. Discipline is that I know that I need to sit down at this time to do this, and I am going to sit down and I am going to do it. If you combine motivation and discipline together, the motivation is what keeps you in the game. The motivation is the desire. The discipline is the will to keep going. It is that I know I have to do it. I know that I have somewhere to go. And that's that I know 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 that I am going to get there. The discipline is what tells you, you know what? I can't go out with my friends right now because I have something that I need to work on. The discipline is what tells me that I have an early morning meeting and I need to go to bed on time tonight. The discipline is what gets you up and keeps you moving when you know you need to exercise. The discipline is what tells you that you need to go and do all that you have to do to accomplish your goals. That is the discipline behind it. And when you combine motivation and discipline together, you are a lethal weapon. Remember, it is the motivation. Motivation takes you to the next level. This has been your Vitamin M. I hope and pray that you come back for more of this motivation.
Join us next week to get your weekly dose of Vitamin M. To celebrate her birthday, Marshall is selecting 2 corporations to give away a free signature workshop. Tell someone you know or scan the QR code to enter. Advertise with us, scan here to set up your discovery call. Let's grow together. Book Marshall for your next event. Please visit our website at www.marshallsterling.com.